In the summer of 2025, a legal showdown unfolded that captured the attention of music fans, political observers, and legal scholars alike. Metallica, the iconic heavy metal band known for their fierce protection of intellectual property, filed a high-profile copyright infringement lawsuit against Pete Hegseth, a prominent political figure, and, by extension, elements associated with the Trump administration. The suit stemmed from the unauthorized use of one of Metallica's songs in a Pentagon-produced video touting the administration's increased reliance on military drones. This narrative delves into the origins of the dispute, the legal and cultural implications, the public's reaction, and the broader context of intellectual property in the digital age, weaving a story that resonates with themes of artistic control, political accountability, and the power of music. The Spark, a Pentagon video and a Metallica classic. It was July 2025 when posts on X began buzzing about a peculiar controversy. A video released by the Pentagon, showcasing the Trump administration's advancements in drone warfare, featured a familiar riff from Metallica's catalog. The song, instantly recognizable to fans, was used without permission, a move that quickly drew the ire of the band. The video, narrated or endorsed by Pete Hegseth, a vocal supporter of the administration, was meant to project strength and technological prowess. Instead, it ignited a firestorm, as Metallica's legal team swiftly issued a cease and desist notice, demanding the video's removal and alleging copyright infringement. Metallica's history with copyright protection is well documented. The band, formed in 1981 by drummer Lars Ulrich and frontman James Hetfield, rose to fame with albums like Master of Puppets and Metallica, commonly known as the Black Album. In 2000, they made headlines by suing Napster, the file-sharing platform, for enabling widespread piracy of their music. That battle cemented Metallica's reputation as staunch defenders of their intellectual property, a stance rooted in their belief that artists should control how their work is used. For a band that has sold over 125 million albums worldwide, the unauthorized use of their music in a government-backed video was not just a legal issue but a personal affront. The Pentagon video, described by some as awkward and others as propagandistic, juxtaposed high-tech drone footage with Metallica's aggressive sound, creating a tone that many found jarring. Social media reactions varied, with some users mocking the video's production quality and others praising Metallica for taking a stand. One X post captured the sentiment: Pete Hegseth steals Metallica's music for a government war video, classic MAGA move, no permission, just taking what they want. The post highlighted a broader perception that the administration had acted recklessly, assuming that copyright laws could be overlooked for political gain. To understand the lawsuit, it's essential to explore the legal principles at play. Copyright law in the United States, governed primarily by the Copyright Act of 1976, grants creators exclusive rights over their works, including the right to reproduce, distribute, and perform them. Music, as a creative work, is protected from the moment it is fixed in a tangible medium, such as a recording. Metallica's song, likely a track from their extensive catalog, was registered with the U.S. Copyright Office, giving the band clear legal standing to challenge unauthorized use. The Pentagon's defense, though not fully detailed in public reports, likely hinged on the concept of fair use, a doctrine that allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission under specific circumstances. Fair use is evaluated based on 4 factors: the purpose and character of the use, e.g., commercial versus non-commercial; the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used, and the effect of the use on the market value of the original work. A government video promoting military policy could argue non-commercial intent, but the use of a significant portion of a song in a high-profile context weakened this claim. Moreover, Metallica's brand is closely tied to their music, and unauthorized use in a politically charged video could dilute their image or imply endorsement, a factor courts often consider. Metallica's legal team, known for their aggressive approach, argued that the use was neither transformative nor justified under fair use. The band's history with Napster and other infringement cases lent credibility to their claim that they vigilantly monitor and protect their intellectual property. By July 12, 2025, Posts on X reported that Metallica had successfully forced the video's removal, a move celebrated by fans and critics of the administration alike. The lawsuit, however, sought more than just removal. It demanded damages for the unauthorized use and aimed to set a precedent for accountability. The players, Metallica, Hegseth, and the political context. Metallica, with their decades-long career, is more than a band, they are a cultural institution. Their music, characterized by blistering guitar riffs and introspective lyrics, has resonated with generations of fans. The band's members, James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, and Robert Trujillo, have navigated controversies before, from their anti-piracy stance to their outspoken views on artistic integrity. For them, the Pentagon's use of their music was not just a legal violation but a betrayal of their values. Metallica has occasionally aligned with progressive causes, such as environmental activism, and the band reportedly bristled at the idea of their music being co-opted for a military agenda they did not endorse. Pete Hegseth, a former Fox News host and a prominent figure in conservative circles, was closely associated with the video. As a vocal supporter of the Trump administration, Hegseth's involvement added a political dimension to the controversy. The Trump era, both during his first term and subsequent political activities, was marked by frequent clashes with cultural figures over intellectual property. Artists like Aerosmith, Rihanna, and Ozzy Osbourne had previously objected to their music being used at Trump rallies or in campaign materials, citing unauthorized use and ideological misalignment. Metallica's lawsuit fit into this pattern, amplifying the narrative of artists pushing back against political appropriation. The political context of 2025 was fraught. The Trump administration, in its second term, faced scrutiny over its military policies, particularly the expanded use of drones. The Pentagon video was intended to project strength, but its clumsy execution and the subsequent copyright dispute turned it into a public relations debacle. Social media amplified the story, with ex-users framing it as a humiliating takedown of Hegseth and the administration. The controversy also reignited debates about the intersection of politics and culture, with some arguing that the administration's disregard for copyright reflected a broader disregard for rules and norms. The public reaction, a divided response. The reaction on X and other platforms revealed a polarized public. Metallica fans largely rallied behind the band, praising their commitment to protecting their art. One user wrote, "Metallica have successfully managed to get one of their songs removed from a video released by the Pentagon boasting about the Trump admin's increased use of military drones, clapping hands great." Others saw the lawsuit as a symbolic victory against overreach, with comments like, "At this point, the only songs Republicans can legally play in their videos or at rallies are God Bless the USA, and maybe some Kid Rock." Conversely, supporters of Hegseth and the administration downplayed the controversy, with some dismissing the video as inconsequential. One ex-user remarked, "I didn't think it was awkward at all. I guess whatever it takes to get clicks right." Great way of reporting. This sentiment suggested that some viewed the media coverage as sensationalized, aimed at generating outrage rather than addressing substantive issues. The divide reflected broader cultural tensions, with music and intellectual property becoming battlegrounds in the culture wars. Mainstream media outlets, such as The Independent, covered the story with headlines emphasizing the awkward nature of the video and Metallica's swift response. The narrative of a heavy metal band taking on a political juggernaut resonated with readers, blending entertainment, law, and politics into a compelling story. For Metallica, the lawsuit was not just about one song but about reinforcing their legacy as artists who control. The Metallica-Hegseth lawsuit is a microcosm of larger issues surrounding intellectual property in the digital age. The Internet has made it easier than ever to share and repurpose creative works, but it has also complicated enforcement. Platforms like YouTube, where the Pentagon video was likely hosted, have mechanisms like Content ID to detect unauthorized use, but government entities and political campaigns often assume they can bypass such restrictions. Metallica's decisive action underscored the importance of artist consent, particularly in contexts that could imply endorsement or alter a work's meaning. This case also highlighted the challenges of political campaigns navigating copyright law. The Trump administration's history of unauthorized music use, evidenced by complaints from artists like Steven Tyler and Neil Young, suggested a pattern of disregard for intellectual property norms. Metallica's lawsuit, by contrast, demonstrated the power of artists to fight back, leveraging legal tools to protect their work and reputation. The band's success in removing the video sent a message to other creators: vigilance and legal action can yield results. Moreover, the controversy raised questions about the ethics of using art in propaganda. The Pentagon's video, with its militaristic imagery and Metallica's music, risked associating the band with policies they might oppose. For fans, this was a betrayal of Metallica's ethos, which often grapples with themes of rebellion and individuality. The lawsuit thus became a stand for artistic autonomy, resonating with creators across industries who face similar challenges in controlling how their work is used. The cultural legacy: Metallica's enduring influence. Metallica's lawsuit against Hegseth and the Trump administration added another chapter to their storied career. From their early days in the Los Angeles thrash metal scene to their global dominance, the band has consistently pushed boundaries, both musically and culturally. Their willingness to confront powerful entities, whether Napster in 2000 or the Pentagon in 2025, has solidified their reputation as uncompromising advocates for their craft. The lawsuit also underscored the enduring relevance of music in shaping cultural and political narratives. Metallica's songs, with their raw energy and emotional depth, are more than entertainment; they are cultural artifacts that carry weight and meaning. When misused, they can distort the band's legacy and alienate their audience. By taking legal action, Metallica reaffirmed their commitment to their fans and their art, ensuring that their music remains a force for expression rather than exploitation. The aftermath: a cautionary tale. By mid-July 2025, the Pentagon video had been removed from public platforms, and Metallica's lawsuit was poised to proceed in federal court. While the exact damages sought were not disclosed, the band's legal team likely aimed for both compensatory and punitive damages, arguing that the unauthorized use harmed their brand and market value. The case also sparked discussions about reforming copyright law to better address digital and political contexts, with some advocating for stricter penalties for government misuse of creative works. For Pete Hegseth and the Trump administration, the controversy was a public relations setback. The humiliating narrative, amplified by outlets like YouTube and The Independent, painted the administration as careless and disrespectful of artists' rights. The incident also served as a reminder to political campaigns: in an era of heightened scrutiny, intellectual property cannot be treated as an afterthought. For Metallica, the lawsuit was a victory, not just in legal terms but in cultural and symbolic ones. The band's swift response and the resulting media frenzy reaffirmed their influence, proving that even in 2025, a heavy metal band could challenge a political powerhouse and win. The story, shared widely on X and beyond, became a testament to the power of music to transcend entertainment and assert its place in the public square. Conclusion: a symphony of justice. The Metallica copyright suit against Pete Hegseth and the Trump administration was more than a legal dispute; it was a clash of values, pitting artistic integrity against political expediency. In a world where music is both a commodity and a cultural force, Metallica's stand reminded us that artists have the right, and the power, to control their legacy. The controversy, unfolding in the digital echo chambers of X and the courtrooms of America, captured a moment when music, law, and politics collided, creating a narrative that will resonate for years to come. As the dust settled, Metallica's fans celebrated their heroes, while political observers noted the administration's misstep. The lawsuit, though rooted in a specific song and video, spoke to universal themes. The importance of consent, the value of creativity, and the enduring power of standing up for what's right. In the end, Metallica's riff rang louder than the drones, a reminder that even in the chaos of 2025, music could still move mountains.